Welcome to the GMBN Tech Show. Now, we've actually got quite a lot to cover this week. So what we've got, Owen?
We've got fresh helmets.
We've got evil bike offerings.
We've got a really awesome gearbox belt drive, longer travel trail bike from a brand that you might not have heard of.
We've got some wild titanium cranks.
A do-it-all pump, genuinely, does everything.
And a mountain of industry news.
Some of it bad, though.
Well, let's get to it. Are the future of bikes here?
I think, well, they could be. I mean, if you read the comments, a lot of the people in the comments reckon that a gearbox, longer travel bike, probably metal, and affordable is the future of like all mountain biking. And actually, we'll see in the news later that that future is quite a bit closer. But I guess we need to address, is it actually the future? Because sometimes commenters can be, well, right, and sometimes they can be slightly off track, should we say. We won't say wrong. Yeah. Everyone's got their own opinion. Right. I think materials, let's break it down. We'll start with materials. Well, yeah, like metal.
I'm a big fan of a metal bike.
Well, that's great.
Specifically, aluminium alloy.
You see, I much prefer steel. I think steel is highly underrated. I think it's a fantastic material. I mean, we can probably agree that metal bikes are quite nice. So there's an agreement there, but we haven't got the right material. Okay, then we've got to think about the other pick list of this dream bike from a lot of commenters is gearboxes. Could these be a future?
I mean, there has been an awful lot of development going into them recently.
Well, mainly because derailleurs have been around for, well, eons, almost centuries. They've been around so long. I've ridden them and they're quite nice, to be fair.
I mean, they obviously do have their benefits because people are picking them up.
Yeah,
but
they do.
If I'm honest, I'm still leaning towards the traditional chain-driven derailleur cassette system.
Oh, right, which touches on another thing where it's belt drive.
Oh.
So you're not a belt driver, which is fine. You've already said that you prefer a chain. I'm going to go for belt drive. I really like, they're smooth. They're quite efficient, actually, surprisingly so. They work in all conditions. They don't have to be pampered and dried out and dealt with in slightly inclement weather. And they're uncannily quiet. They're very fun. So all you can hear is your mate chatting away.
Oh, no.
No? Right,
Suck
okay.
that off.
Okay, so we can't decide on gearbox. We can't decide on belt drive. But that's fine. We've kind of like got each side. Affordability. That's always a tricky thing. And a lot of commenters, I think that this super bike, the dream bike of the future that could be here or might not be, is already here and affordable. It's the industry that's just keeping prices artificially high. But not sure that's the case.
I think it's a bit of a tricky one at the minute. There's sort of a lot going around, a lot of sort of industry happenings, for want of a better word.
Yeah, that's another factor indeed.
And again, it's still brand new tech, so it's yet to have like a trickle down sort of offspring, I guess.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
So
a lot of the stuff that we've talked about, the belt drive, the gearbox, is more of a niche thing at the moment. It's not gone. Some could argue that it has gone mainstream, but it's not like every brand has got one yet.
No.
Okay, this is proving trickier.
Yep.
I mean, I think it's that thing, isn't it? It's great to have a dream of what a future bike can be. And I think it's really good that there's some bike brands that are almost delivering that. Some would argue that they are, but even we can't agree about what the perfect bike is. And we also need to talk about mass.
So I'm all for a weightier bike.
Oh, good, yeah.
Obviously, with gearboxes, there does come that, I don't want to call it a penalty, but they are a slightly higher weight than, I'm going to call them regular drive bikes with the chain, derailleur, cassette. But where the weight is then placed in the bike can be beneficial to the ride quality of it. So as sort of Ferg and I have experimented recently with additional sprung mass, particularly around that bottom bracket area of the bike, you can actually make your bike feel an awful lot nicer.
Which is, well, I guess the gearbox has kind of got a win already because that's where the mass is, and they're able to sort of design and rotate where that mass is.
So I think my biggest sort of stick with gearboxes, I think maybe from a sort of home mechanic point of view, is with everything being inside, is it something that we as consumers are going to be able to like open up in your garage, or are we going to need like specialist tooling and need to do it in like a hermetically sealed lab?
Feels like we have to go and visit someone that makes gearboxes. Maybe that'll be coming up next year. That'll be great. I guess we've sort of aligned a lot of things. We've sort of like misaligned or disagreed on some things. But it's time for you out there to agree or disagree. Do you think the gearbox longer travel trail bike with a belt drive is the future Are you going to rush out and buy one? Or what material is your favourite? And are you a big belt drive fan? Yes or no? Let us know. Okay, I guess actually we need to look back on mass because you're a fan. I'm not very competitive, so therefore you think I'm not bothered by mass, but I'm also not that fit. So I am also worried about weight. It's a tricky one, isn't it?
I like pedalling, and I've sort of got the mantra of just pedal a little bit harder.
Right.
Which I know seems very flippant and potentially slightly elitist, but
it works for you.
The benefits on the downhill, it's worth the extra strain on the up, I think.
Well, there we go. That's our vague opinions about these topics. Let us know in the comments down below what you think about these gearbox longer travel bikes that may or may not be the future. Should we do news?
Shall we do the news, Owen?
Let's do the news.
Let's do the news. Evil bikes.
Yeah, evil bikes. I thought they'd disappeared, to be fair. A bit like the section at the bottom of the news of, well, sort of unnews, if you like. But anyway, evil bikes are still here, and they've got new bikes.
Oof, what's it called?
It's called the Offering. Yeah, which is really good if you want to offer up lots of puns. So it's new and improved. I think you could say it's sort of like a burly trail bike, but I've said things like that in the past about longer travel bikes, and people have got very upset and sort of told me quite angrily, almost in uppercase, it's an enduro bike. And my argument is if you're not racing enduro, it's just a longer travel trail bike.
Valid.
You can decide what this bike's for, but travel is up. We've got 10mm more travel, so it's up to 151mm on the back. Fork travel is up as well, so it's gone up to 160. But Evil says that you can run their Offering with 150 or 170. The suspension is still Dave Weagle's Delta, which, yeah, if you're going to get nerdy, it's technically a single pivot with a link-activated shock. But it's been used on World Cup bikes. I think it's been on World Cup winning bikes, actually. But it's highly tunable, more so than other just single pivots. And it's got a rip chip.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's quite clever, isn't it? Yeah. Which alters the geometry. Nice. So, yeah. And related to that, geometry, big changes. It is now much slacker. So 64.1 in the lowest setting with a 160 fork. So it'll be more slackerer or less slackerer, depending on the fork length that you put in there. And seat angles. These have, up 2 degrees. So it's between 77.7 and 79 degrees. It's a very steep, it's a very steep angle. But I think a lot of people kind of like that. If you're kind of doing winch and plummet stuff, which I feel like this bike is designed around, it's a good thing. We talked about the chip, the rip chip before. So you've got plus or minus 0.5 of a degree on the head angle. Bottom bracket is adjusted by plus or minus 8mm. That's quite a lot, actually.
Significant.
Yeah. But the possibly bigger news, or more exciting news, if you're thinking about buying this bike, is that now it's only boost spacing.
Only boost?
Yeah, not Super Boost.
I
know. Do you remember Super Boost? Yeah. Super Boost came out. It was like this, I don't know, it was like an accelerator pedal of width options. And opposed to the rear axle or rear hub spacing being, well, we started at 135, but let's not get stuck in history. Super Boost was 157. And I think a lot of brands went, well, we'll just skip ahead and we'll do that. But I think the rest of the industry went, you know what, actually, just normal boost. 148 is actually fine.
Nice.
But they have been quite clever. What they've managed to do is muck about with the chain line, so where the chain ring sits, it can still clear a 2.6 tyre on the back.
That's very cool.
Yeah, isn't it? And there's in-frame storage.
Oh, loves in-frame storage.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, we couldn't, attach something to a tube on the outside. We couldn't do that. We've got to put it inside. Right. Frame only, yours for $3,999 US. An Eagle 90 complete bike starts at $6,699. And yeah, brace yourself, because if you want the, real blingy spec with carbon wheel upgrade, $10,599 US. It's a chunk of cash in it for not an e-bike. And it hasn't got a belt drive, hasn't got a gearbox, which sort of links actually to the next bike, doesn't it?
So this sort of sparked our debate. It was a discussion we had at the top of the show. So Priority Bicycles.
Yes.
So they're pretty new in the mountain bike sphere.
Yeah.
But they have been, they're a brand dedicated to producing belt drive bikes.
Yeah.
So I've seen them like town bikes, hybrids, cool things like that. But now they have labelled it. They've launched their enduro rig.
Nice.
The Vanth.
Vanth.
That's a really cool name, I think.
There you go.
So, high pivot.
Tick.
Pinion gearbox.
Great.
Belt driven. enduro bike.
Right, there
All the
we go.
buzzwords.
Perfect.
So we're looking at a 64-degree head angle, seat tube angle of 78.5 degrees, and you might have noticed the seat tube gets its own sort of dedicated tube away from where the rocker link.
Oh, so it's all the way through.
Yep. So
That's quite
this
clever.
is part of their patent-pending still point system.
Oh,
So what that does for the chassis, it's basically allowed them to optimise the sort of anti-squat axle path, and also means they only get, I think, 3.2 degrees of pedal kickback
okay,
with
nice.
that
Yeah.
system. And then you get the separate straight seat tube, which gives you loads of sort of option for running long
Yeah.
dropper posts.
Yep.
With that, there are 3 sizes.
Okay.
So S1, which has got a reach of 440mm, S2, which is 475, and S3, which is 510.
That's a
That's long.
Yeah.
That. 3 build options as well, so all with that pinion gearbox belt drive.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
So you've got Performance Elite, which is $5,999. Factory, $6,799. And then the Podium, with $7,999. Names suggest it's all built round the Fox suspension that is bolted to it.
Nice. Okay.
It does deliver a lot of things from that future bike list.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, and those price points, that's impressive. Like gearbox, belt drive, high pivot.
Yep.
It's a lot of the things off the wish list, isn't it?
It is. As we discussed, it's not the lightest bike. So
I mean, I get where it's metal as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
yeah.
Interesting bike, though. I think it brings the gearbox, belt drive, longer travel suspension bike into a different realm with that price point. Let us know what your thoughts are on that bike.
Yeah.
I think that's impressive.
Right. And if cutting edge super bikes aren't for you, but bikes that are super are.
Oh, like that.
Very good. White have come out with Sector R.
Sector R.
So the Sector being their hardcore hardtail,
Yes.
and this new R version being an entry level sort of attainable version of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it actually looks really good.
Yeah, I think it does look. It looks really good.
So it uses the same T6 6061 aluminium alloy frame as per its higher priced siblings. Same geometry, so 63.5 degree head angle. Seat angles between 75.5 and 77 degrees dependent on the size.
Okay,
so
nice. Yeah.
larger sizes being a wee bit steeper. Reach from 420mm on the small up to 495 on the extra large. 130mm Suntour fork, tubeless ready wheel set, which on an entry level bike
Yeah.
isn't to be scuffed at.
Yep.
Q's 9 speed.
Yay!
30-tooth chainring, 1146 cassette.
Great.
Size specific Transex dropper seat post. Sizes small to medium getting 150mm, and then large and extra large getting 170. So
Which makes sense. 'Cause
big
people
standover
got-
per size as well.
People got longer legs, haven't they, when they're
And
tall?
then some Tektro hydraulic brakes.
Okay, all of that sounds really good.
Yep.
I feel like there's a crux always when we're talking about entry level that, well, we've got to talk about the price. How much?
So it's £899.
Wow. Okay, that's
For a full build.
it's quite a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Nice.
And sticking with white, that
Yes.
does lead us on to their youth range. Oh. Which I must admit, it has been around maybe a couple of months now.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth highlighting because essentially instead of just going to the parts bin and getting all the bits you might not want and just bolting them on small frames, they've basically just scaled down the full size bikes.
Oh, clever. Nice.
So bringing the experience of having a well-spec'd bike to smaller riders.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and they've got 26-inch and 27-inch 27.5 wheels, I'm presuming.
Yeah, so
Oh,
again,
nice,
there's
okay.
a Sector, so the hardcore hardtail with 26-inch wheels.
Nice.
So again, 6061 T6 aluminium alloy frame. Does get 100mm fork on it. So
Well, that's-
geometries and
yeah,
things
yeah.
are slightly revised for that smaller sizing.
Yep.
As the name suggests, 26-inch wheels.
Great.
Great. Q's 9 speed again.
Also great.
30-tooth chainring, slightly smaller cassette.
Which also makes sense, though, yeah?
Yep, same brakes with big rotors. So you get 160mm front and rear. Youth-specific touch points.
Nice.
So grips, saddle, and then you get 152mm cranks.
But, yeah, little
Yeah.
legs make sense.
Yep, 2 really cool colours. So aqua and coral orange, which I think looks absolutely boss.
Yep.
And then purple with a bit of yellow. So one size in that Sector 26, and it's £649.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
And it looks like they've got a full suspension bike as well, which is interesting. So that's their T140,
Yep.
which I'm assuming is like their 140 travel bike. But this one is, well, got 27.5 wheels instead of 29,
yeah.
which is nice. Lots of nice specs on here. Dior one by, you've got TRP Slate 4-pot brakes, Wilderness Trail rims, KS900i dropper post with size-specific dropper, youth proportional bar stem, and 155 cranks. And yeah, this one is, like a proper suspension bike.
Yeah.
So RockShox front and rear. You've got RockShox Pike up front. So it is more expensive, but I think it's that thing of like it's a proper bike for smaller riders versus a kid's bike with not the bestest components.
Yeah.
So one to definitely look after and invest in. But yeah, yours for $1,799, which is spendy, but it's a really good quality bike, I think.
It is. Yeah. Moving away from bikes
Good,
a little
right,
bit to things you can wear. So Met
Yes.
have launched some, I'm going to call them jazzy colours.
Okay, jazzy colours, I
on a
like
couple
that.
of their helmets. So the Revo,
Yeah, I like
their
that
sort
one.
of trail
Yeah.
enduro sort of half shell lid.
Yes.
And then the Parachute, which is their convertible full face.
Yes.
So 2 new colours. We've got Lilac, which is like a matte white and sort of purple accents on it.
Like
It
it.
looks really, really cool.
Yeah, it does actually.
And then there's what they're calling Fungi, which is more like a sand colour with sort of, green accents on it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, really cool. So €200 for the Revo, $350 for the Parachute MCR, and they're both available in sizes small, medium, and large.
I feel like there's one of those presenters on the main channel that I think would go really well with that fungi one.
Yeah, I think I know. Yeah.
Because he's such a fun guy.
Hey. Right, Owen,
Hi, right, yeah.
let's move on.
Oh, geez, that bad, was it?
Yep, you've got something fun to talk
Yeah,
about.
I have. So we talked about it previously on the show, and this is reverse components. Other brands are available as well that do these seat switchy things. But yeah, we finally got a seat switch in. And it looks really impressive. Essentially, you bolt this on top of your seat post, and by pulling on that lever, it gives you 2 positions. I'm really interested to try it. Have you tried anything like this? Let me know. I think it's just fun. It's going to be really interesting, like just to be able to angle change. So we've got that, which I think is a winner.
That's cool.
Then we've got Light Lock.
Yes. So, because size does sometimes matter.
I mean, that's valid.
Yeah.
Can do.
Essentially, Light Lock have come up with a new, I guess, range of locks that are 15 times, being up to 15 times more secure than an unarmoured lock. So
Quite a lot, isn't it?
yeah, so they're saying with this new X range, it's said to be the world's first long-reach angle grinder resistant U-lock, which has been achieved through using what they're calling baronium.
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 Right, there we go.
Essentially, it's what's it made up of? It's a fused composite armour made up of multiple extremely hard ceramic and metallic materials, which combined make it tougher than an angle grinder disc. Essentially, baronium repels attacks by turning the angle grinder's energy and force on itself.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that sounds great. I think I've seen a lot of the smaller, super tough U-locks, and I think they're super tough and they're great. But then you can only put them around like a skinny top tube fixie or something.
Yeah.
So then you're like, not that practical.
And now when we're getting e-bikes with larger down tubes and
Exactly. Yeah. Good to see. Nice innovation as well. And I think Light Lock, they're a Welsh company, and I think they're making quite a lot of the locks actually in Wales.
Yeah.
There you go. Fun facts. Combination of industry news almost now. So Maxis are discontinuing the WT little hot patch, I would say. You can't have a sticker on a tyre. So WT was for wide trail, and it was a thing which I think it was about a decade ago. Fellow nerds, do correct me. Essentially, post plus tyres, where we had like humongous 2.7, 2.8, 3-inch tyres, there was a kind of new range of wider rims. It was sort of like 25 millimetres internal plus. And if you put a normal tyre on, well, it changed the profile quite radically. So Max has brought out, and a few other brands did sort of similar things where they made a wider carcass. So that if you think of the carcass as this sort of light bulb shape, and you kind of like move the outside, well, the tyre profile changes. So they did wide trail to help with this.
Okay.
And essentially now it's gone.
Oh.
No, it's okay. It's gone because wide trail is just now all of them. So basically, we've
clever.
moved up from just having skinny rims. So if
Yep.
you've got skinny rims, well, your tyres will still fit and they'll still work just the same. But yeah, there we go.
Nice.
We were away on a bike sort of trip. This was work. It was very enjoyable, very lucky for what we do. I was riding a new bike, which is always a joyful thing. And I realised I hadn't set my suspension up.
I think I might have set the suspension up for me, and I'm a little bit
I think you've got more muscle than I have. But very lucky, because you may have seen it in lots of videos I've done, because I've used it quite a lot. This is the Toe Peak Mountain 2-stage digital, which is a long title, and it's not the smallest of pumps. But the reason why I'm talking about it is that not only can you do your tyres with it if you have a flat or you want to change the pressure, but like with me, when I was out on the trail and I was like, need to change the air pressure in my shock, need to do it in my fork. This does both.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it kind of, even though I love tools, it gets rid of 2 tools.
I mean, it does take up less room than two tools in one hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you might be going, but you can't use a shock pump to pump tyres up. I mean, you could. You'd just be there for hours.
Yeah.
This one's got a high pressure and high volume. You just click between them. So, yeah, it's
cool.
digital as well, so it's just great to get mega nerdy.
Nice.
On that good news, we then segue into the bad news corner.
I feel like this could almost become a weekly segment at this point, unfortunately.
I think it might be in trends and themes, mightn't it, for the end of the year? So long-time BMX brand that had made some really positive steps into the mountain bike market, Harrow or Haro, depending on how you pronounce it. Do tell me off if I've said it wrong. All right. They've got some interesting sort of enduro trail bikes, suspension bikes. They've got a really cool hardtail that was in hot pink. Well, yeah, industry headwinds, international market forces, and I'm going to describe them as local tariffs.
Yes.
That's the term that we're going with. Played a part in them needing to, in HR speak, restructure, which is AKA lay people off, which is never good. They're very clear though. They're not pausing, they're not stopping, but they're having to adjust because of these new sort of like headwinds in the markets. It means that, it's tricky for them.
Then in other news, YT USA. Oh, no more.
Yeah. I'll happily kind of like nerd on this one. It was a weird one in terms of we've heard about YT. We know that they were sort of in general going through a restructuring, which then bloomed into they are no more. They're gone. But all the way through this process, we were sort of like told and communicated that no, YT USA are unaffected. It's not a problem. And it seemed like they weren't unaffected until all of a sudden
They were.
They are. So now they are no more. I mean, it's a real shame for YT USA. They'd got lots of riders and staff there that, they weren't the reason why the brand died. No. Same as in the UK and in Germany. There's people who worked really hard for that brand. And unfortunately, that brand has, not delivered to consumers. It's not delivered on what it set out to do. And that's a real shame for everyone involved. So, yeah, sad times there.
And then to round out Bad News Corner.
Great,
and
yeah.
for news, Gore is no more.
Oh, yeah. Gore totally.
Gore. So, clothing originator Gore, a.k.a. Gore Wear, are also closing.
Oh.
Yeah. So they were founded in 1984 when a small team of German product developers created the first cycling jacket made with breathable, waterproof Gore-Tex fabric. Alas, they've said there's no realistic possibility of sustainably achieving our business and financial goals. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's another brand gone.
Yeah, I think Gore as a whole industry is still going, but they're effectively exiting the bike clothing market. So, yeah, maybe you'll still be able to get, jackets, trail jackets, or maybe trail running or running jackets, but cycling, no more from Gore. So, yeah, sad times.
Quiz time.
Love quiz time. I don't think I was here for quiz time before. What was the question?
So we mentioned Cane Creek in the news last week, and they recently celebrated 30 years of the brand. So what was the first product to bear the Cane Creek name?
Oh. I'd probably say either wheels, because they did some rad wheels, or... They did some cool bar ends back in the day as well.
So it was the AD, or air driver shock.
Oh, interesting.
So that was correctly answered by Tim.
Well done.
Sepster, at Stephen Biking, and at WG Gael.
Oh,
I think I
right.
pronounced that right.
Yeah, okay. Nice. I wouldn't have, I would have guessed that wrong. I think that was air damped as well. They did an air shock.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a Cloud 9. There you go. Correct me in the comments. Okay, cool. I've got a question. It's on the sort of sad news related, but it's kind of fun. We've talked about the sad demise of those brands.
Yep.
But can you tell us, just for nerd points, obviously, because it's just a quiz, just for fun, how Gore got its name?
Ooh.
It's a fun one. I feel like there'll be some good novelty answers in there too. Just don't cheat and use Google because, that's rubbish. Use your brain. Use your grey matter.
And we're on to cool stuff we've seen. So what cool stuff have we seen this week, Owen?
We've seen a lot. Yeah, we've seen
Yeah.
a lot. I've been on Instagram far too much looking at cool stuff. So one of the bikes that we featured on the Tech Show before and we showed from Bespoke was by Zotchel. I think that's how we're saying it.
Okay.
I still don't know. Essentially, it's a rad Czech brand. They're making really cool stuff out of steel. They're making loads of really nice ones. And they've got a new cross-country bike, or cross-country-ish bike, Rutina, I'm going to say. So it's steel, 115 mil of rear suspension travel. They say it's for XC, bikepacking, adventure, looks rad. Whilst it's a custom bike, it's available. And because it's a custom bike, you can get it in 29er or 32. Yes!
it's
Big
coming.
wheels are coming.
You got another bit for us, I think.
I have. Ride Vert. So I saw these at Bespoke, but completely failed to actually take pictures, not with my eyeballs. So titanium cranks.
I mean, it's
Super blingy.
Yeah.
Incredible construction, amazing manufacturing. Effectively, they're like triple drilled. So you kind of there's a lot of brain gym that you have to do to be like, how the heck do they make them?
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's a forged part rather than just a CNC block of tire. It's wild. Loads of length, 157.5.
Yeah, cool.
165, 170, 172.5, 175. And the weight, this is for the arm, the spindles, and the clamping mechanism. So you'd still need a chainring, but sub 300 grams.
Oof. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking it's using the same 8-bolt fitment on the back?
Yes, as SRAM.
So
Yes.
you could bolt power meter to it if you want.
Yeah,
or
you could
one
do,
of their
yeah.
sort of direct mount
Yeah.
chain. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, if you want to go wild. 3-year warranty. It is a super light crank, so having a 3-year warranty on it is pretty impressive.
Yep.
It is £1,076, so it isn't. It's just stuff we've seen. I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah.
The tech there is exciting.
That's cool. Right, this isn't strictly tech,
That's okay.
but it is very cool. So, One Up,
Yes.
they've already got their sort of 1% initiative, which gives back to bike charities,
Oh, nice.
mountain
Yeah,
bike
yeah.
trail associations, and environmental groups. But they've launched another initiative to support local bike races. So essentially, they're going to provide organisers with free T-shirts to then sell on, with the profits going back into the event, no strings attached.
Wow.
So, whilst it's titled Support Your Local Bike Race, it covers all riding disciplines and community event types.
Oh, cool. That's good. Good
Yeah.
for me because I don't race, so
There
that's
we
great.
go. So T-shirts will go for $40 a piece. So it's a simple process. Event organiser applies for the scheme, then successful applicants will receive said T-shirts. Shirts get sold with funds going back into the event, meaning there's more potential for more events and getting more people on bikes,
Which is kind of the crux, isn't it?
which I am all for.
Yeah, I think more people on bikes is a very good thing.
Yeah.
Ask GMBN Tech. Yeah, the old hashtag. I haven't done that for a while.
No.
Okay. Roberto Lemon, 482. I'm just assuming
Yeah.
he might be French. He might not be. Let me know. He is a heavyweight rider and he seems to be going through drivetrain components quickly. Over the summer, he went through 2 cassettes and 5 chains.
I've been there.
Wow,
I've
there we
done
go. Okay, so is this a basic maintenance issue or is it just he's saying fat boy? I don't think you should say that. Should it lessen as I'm losing weight? No, it's about wattage and you're just a powerhouse. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done a video on how not to spend 600 quid on new cassette and it is, staying on top of your chain wear is just critical, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Just the crux of it, really. It's really easy to not notice any noticeable difference in kind of like shifting performance at all.
Yep.
Because I've had it on my commuter where I've gone, well, it's only just starting to get a bit funny. And then I've kind of checked it and it's like, oh.
I think by the point
it's
you
worn
are
out.
noticing stuff,
Yeah.
it's already too late. Weekly maintenance, like you're saying with your commuter bike,
Yeah.
you want it to work at all times. So
Yeah.
you should be checking it, washing it, whatever, at least once a week,
Yeah.
particularly in the grimy conditions we're now facing here in the UK.
Yeah.
Just, it doesn't take 30 seconds to put a chain checker in. And then for how affordable some chains are now,
Yeah, agreed.
just stay on top of it.
And I think it is that thing of remembering that, yeah, you can just replace your chain. And okay, it is money going out, but it's not then the new chain ring and the new cassette and a new chain.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
the other thing to flag also is if you're chewing through stuff and you're starting to get on top of maintenance, there are components out there. I'm trying to think. I don't think Shimano designed it originally as an e-bike product, but I know SRAM has got some e-bike specific items. But the one thing that leaps out at me is Link Glide. So that's Shimano. It's its own sort of entity that sits across queues, and I think there's some XT that is Link Glide as well. So it's out of queues, but essentially it's not XC race stuff.
Nope.
But it is designed, and Shimano say it's going to last 3 times longer. So let's just say it lasts twice as long. That's still twice as good, isn't it?
That's
So
2 winters. Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely worth an option.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, let us know. And remember, it's about power. It's not about anything else. You're just powerful.
Yeah.
Keep positive.
And now we're on to the comments. So last week, Rich and I chatted how to look after your bike throughout winter.
Oh, that's good. I did a video on that as well. There we go.
There we go.
It's like we're aligned. It's perfect.
So from at Work Less Ride More, every winter y'all start talking about these horrendous conditions. Makes me feel so grateful I live in Arizona.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah. I did go to Arizona actually when Rich was there. Yeah, Rich wasn't great for Rich.
No.
Wasn't in the best of
I remember
health.
that video.
But yeah, no, amazing trails. I really wish I'd been able to ride, but I didn't. But there we go. It's all right. Adam Bystrom, 6055. In winter, I usually switch to my hardtail, which requires less service. Very true.
Yes. I
Like that.
tried that, and then I got back on a full sus and realised it was a bit quicker. So
Yeah, but it's all right. Hardtails are great. Yeah.
do love a hardtail. From Sepster58. So,
Hi.
hey guys, that city cyclocross happens in our Christie Pitts Park here in Toronto, Canada. So the challenge is called Christie Cross.
Nice.
Cool.
So it's on snow, I'm assuming. Was that the discussion?
No, it wasn't. It was a nice, well, the clip we had was a nice grassy hill. They're riding up on city bikes.
Oh,
Yeah. And there was a regular cyclocross going on at the same time.
right.
Well, same day.
Okay. Well, no, that's fun. I guess it does show like less can be more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is very niche, but there is
3-speed
track.
solid tyres.
Well, there's like track lacrosse as well, where it's like fixed gear off road, where it's just bonkers. You know, I find it quite fun. There was lots of comments about the custom bike show, and one of the winning bikes being this, well, it's effectively like a single speed, full suspension, back pedal, coaster brake, clunkery type bike.
Yep.
And people are like, you can't ride that off road. Some people can.
Yeah.
Some people ride with no gears. I mean, no brakes. Well, technically they've got one gear, haven't they? If it's fixed.
I'm a big fan of a fixed gear bike.
There we go. Well, there we go. That's a whole, I feel like there's a whole discussion. Yeah. Oh, and then we've got somebody called Drum Brakes. Great. I feel like he was a fan of them.
Yeah.
Putting the bike on the roof and driving at 60 to 70 miles an hour. Gee, that's fast. The rain is an ideal low-pressured wash method. Seems to have, if the bike is facing backwards, compared to the car that puts the muddier bits forward. Bring it into the house to dry, sometimes propped up in the bathtub, and then re-lube. Okay, that's, you know what? That works for you.
I mean, slightly unorthodox.
It is unorthodox.
And I'm a bit too precious about my car to do that. But,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, right, I'm not.
Yeah.
I just don't have a roof rack. But I think I just go for a rear one. I'm always paranoid I just forget and then be like, oh.
Yeah.
But great advice. Love it. If you've got any more tips on how to survive a wet/cold or cold and wet winter, let us know in the comments down below. Right, what else we got?
So you've got a knob explainer.
I have got a knob explainer. All about tie knobs. I should flag. Yeah, it's all about why you might not need a bigger knob on your tyre.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm going to see if you can buy speed.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I can tell you for a
No,
fact.
don't reveal. Keep it
Well,
secret.
all I'm going to say, it was a horrendous amount of fun.
Well, there we go. Fun is important. Yeah. If you've enjoyed this, do give us the thumbs up, give us the like. And if you haven't subscribed already, well, do that too. And if you've got any comments about any of the content, full stop, or about today's show, well, just join us in the chat in the comments down below.